Now to discuss that latest toss-up that Trace just mentioned is the woman vying to become its next senator, Republican Martha McSally of Arizona. Congresswoman, thanks for being here tonight. I want to start with immigration. We just completed a focus group so important for the voters of this state. How is your view on immigration different from your opponents?
Well, it's like night and day. I represent a border district. I chair the Border Security Subcommittee, and I'm leading working with President Trump to make sure we build the wall, secure the border, close these crazy loopholes that are being taken advantage of every single day, and chain migration, the visa lottery, and, move forward in a way that is protecting Americans. My opponent was actually an activist helping people cross illegally in her past, and even though she's had amazing political makeover trying to fool the voters here, she's voted to support sanctuary cities. And a really important vote here that's meaningful in Arizona is she voted against Grant's Law. This was named after Grant Ronenbeck. Yes. And the Angel families have endorsed me. They had a press conference the other day. She refused to meet with them. Grant was shot point blank by somebody who shouldn't have been here and should have been held until they were deported. And that law actually protects people in our community. And she refused to vote yes on this. So she's extreme and out of touch and out of the mainstream.
Well, she's trying to be a centrist on this. I want to play something for you because she's basically saying I'm just as good as Martha McSally on issues like sending troops to the border. Let's watch.
In Arizona, it's not new for us to have military deployment to the border to provide a support role for our Customs and Border Patrol agents who are down there. So we wish them well and tell them to stay hydrated.
Give me a break. I mean, she has no idea what she's talking about, and she's in the liberal witness protection program right now because border security is so important to all Arizonans. Thoughtful Democrats, and that's not an oxymoron because, there are still some who care about safety and security, independents and Republicans. Look, she's extreme on this issue. Look, I am wholeheartedly support President Trump sending our troops in a support role to secure our border. They support natural disasters. This is a disaster going on in our border.
She basically says the same thing. She's
stay hydrated, right? Give me a break. So look, I welcome to our community. They're coming to Davis-Monthan and Fort Huachuca. I know they're going to do a great job. I served in the military. They are serving and sacrificing. Border security is national security, and this.
Some of our focus group that we just did claim this is all big political stunt.
Absolutely not. No, it's not. Look, we have cartels that are trafficking people and drugs through our communities right now. I represent ranchers on the border. They've endorsed me. So have the Border Patrol agents representing 15,000 agents. They know the dangerous activity that's happening every single day on our border.
Birthright citizenship, important issue. A lot of Arizona hospitals affected by this. Migrant families, women come, have their children, automatic passport, automatic American citizenship. Your view?
Yeah, and then we see the Chinese are coming over. There's a whole fraudulent way for them to do that. Look, I appreciate the president is bringing this up and the abuses of it. If we actually secured our border and we actually cracked down on illegal immigration and closed these loopholes, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So once again, he's highlighting things that are being abused, in our
14th Amendment cover it or not, in your view?
I'm not a constitutional expert. I just think if we secure our border and close these loopholes, then we would stop this from happening altogether.
The migrant lawsuit against President Trump and the administration. It's 6 kids are in it, 6 kids, and a number of Honduran nationals saying what the president said in part, mentioning our show. The legal problem with Trump's plan to stop caravan persons from entering this country is that plaintiffs are seeking asylum, and goes on to say, and Trump simply cannot stop them from legally doing so or using the military or anyone.
You can't make this up. I mean, this is just another example of people trying to take advantage of the weaknesses in our laws that we in Congress need to fix. My bill, which you also very strongly supported, often called the Goodlatte bill, but it was the Goodlatte-McSally bill,
yep.
McCall and Labrador. We work really hard on this and with President Trump to close these loopholes, to make sure that people can't just show up and demand to be in our country and be released into the interior of the United States. This is happening every single day here in Arizona. Hundreds of little mini caravans are taking advantage of this. And now they're trying to sue the president. This has to stop. We must secure our border now.
Are you worried about this Green Party kook now endorsing Sinema? I was polling at about 6%, but she's a centrist. But suddenly the Green Party person likes the centrist? What?
Well, Sinema actually was a Green Party activist and first ran for office as Green Party, ran Ralph Nader's campaign. So it actually, I think, is a completion of her being identified for who she truly is. Angela Green, the Green Party, Party candidate, was true to herself as a liberal. And the fact that she's getting behind Sinema hopefully should have people wake up and realize Sinema's not a moderate. She's an extreme liberal. She's out of the mainstream. And this just brings it back to full circle of where her roots are.
Why is this race so close?
Money. Chuck Schumer, George Soros, and others have poured tens of millions of dollars into Kyrsten Sinema to present this image to the Arizona voters that she's actually right of center. It's not true. It's the biggest political cover-up in Arizona history. I just ask people across the country who are listening, if you want to help us make sure we keep this seat. We pick up North Dakota. We don't want to cancel it out in Arizona, right? This is for everybody, not just in Arizona. Please go to McSallyForSenate.com. We need people to contribute, but we need people to get off the sidelines in Arizona, to tell your friends and family, to get out to the polls, to make sure that we hold this seat. This is about the direction of our country.
1 to 10, how important is the Trump factor here in Arizona? He's very popular here.
It's very important. You look, Don Jr. was out here yesterday. President Trump was here a couple weeks ago. I flew on Marine One. I'm working very closely with him on so many things, rebuilding our military, securing our border. Look at the economy. I mean, it's amazing. We want to keep things going, and that's what this election is about.